chosen one, the eclipse, has passed. But it did not end there. When the moon turned red, something shifted forever. The heavens moved, the silence broke, and now the changes have already begun. Perhaps you can feel it. A strange heaviness in your body, dreams that refuse to leave you, emotions rising without reason, a sense that the atmosphere itself has changed. These are not accidents. They are proof that a new cycle has started. The waiting season is over. The portal has opened. What was hidden is now being revealed. And what was delayed is now being released. And I ask you, will you walk through this Tuesday as if nothing happened? Or will you recognize that after the eclipse, life itself has already shifted into a new reality? Chosen one, the night of the eclipse has ended, but its echo is still resounding. The blood moon has faded from the sky, yet what it released has not vanished. For many, it was only a spectacle, a rare alignment of light and shadow. But for you, for those who carry the seal of heaven, the eclipse was not the conclusion. It was the ignition. The true story begins the day after. It is easy to think that everything returns to normal once the moonlight shines again. The world goes back to its routines, calendars keep turning, and life seems unchanged. Yet if you are attentive, you know the truth. Nothing is the same. The day after an eclipse is not a return to ordinary time. It is the first step into a new order. The heavens shifted, and that shift is now pressing into your reality. Already the signs are appearing. Your body may feel heavier than usual or strangely light, as though something unseen is pulling on you. Your mind may be restless, flooded with thoughts that seem to come from beyond yourself. Emotions rise without reason. Tears, laughter, restlessness, peace. These are not random. They are evidence that the unseen event in the skies has opened a door that now influences your entire being. Think of the silence you have carried for so long, the unanswered prayers, the nights you questioned if God had forgotten you. The eclipse was heaven's reply, written in the sky. I am still here. I have not forgotten. The time has shifted, and the day after confirms it. This is not imagination. You are walking in a different atmosphere, one that is charged with promise. The transition is subtle, but undeniable. Relationships feel different. Some may suddenly weaken, while others gain unexpected depth. Old doors begin to creak open, even if only a little, while certain pathways close permanently. Small coincidences multiply, but you sense they are not coincidences at all. They are breadcrumbs, hints that the new cycle is not only future, it is already present. And here is the mystery. The day after is just as sacred as the night of the sign. The eclipse may have been the trumpet, but today is the unfolding. What shifted in the heavens has begun to weave into your daily life. To the distracted, this Tuesday looks like any other. But to the chosen, it feels heavy, charged, set apart. This is why you must not dismiss what seems ordinary. The divine often hides in plain sight. The conversation heaven is having with you right now may not arrive in thunder, but in whispers. A strange dream, a repeated number, a word from a stranger that pierces deeper than it should. These are confirmations that what was sealed in the night sky is already unfolding in your reality. Do not mistake the apparent quiet for inactivity. The seed is already planted. The soil has already shifted. The roots are already moving beneath the surface. Change rarely begins with visible fruit. It begins with hidden growth. And today, the hidden has already started. The day after the eclipse is not about spectacle. It is about recognition. It is about walking carefully, listening deeply, choosing to treat every sensation, every thought, every stirring as a message. It is heaven's way of saying, I did not end something yesterday. I began something new today. So I ask you, chosen one, will you treat September 9th as an ordinary day, or will you embrace it as the first sunrise of a transformed season? Will you dismiss the subtle shifts, or will you honor them as proof that the eclipse did not pass you by? It marked you. Chosen one, the eclipse was not simply an event in the sky, it was the signal of a door opening, a spiritual threshold torn wide by the alignment of heaven and earth. When the moon turned red, it was not only a shadow passing across its surface, it was heaven, declaring that a portal had been unlocked. And once such a portal is opened, nothing remains the same. A portal is not a physical gate you walk through with your feet. It is a moment in time when the veil between the visible and the invisible thins, when eternity leans closer to touch the present. The eclipse was that thinning. It was the mark that what was once delayed has been given permission to move forward. From that moment, reality began to bend. Many looked at the sky and saw only light and shadow. But you, chosen one, saw beyond. The red hue was a reminder of covenant, the shadow a sign of endings, and the re-emerging light a testimony of beginnings. The eclipse wrote in the heavens what your spirit has long known. The waiting season has ended and a new cycle has begun. When a portal opens, the past cannot follow. Cycles of fear, doubt, and endless repetition lose their hold. Patterns that once chained you begin to crumble. You may feel the shift as unease and the discomfort of things falling apart, relationships unraveling, or emotions surfacing. Do not mistake this for chaos. It is cleansing. The old cannot pass through the new threshold. The portal separates. It calls you to let go of what cannot survive in the next season. But opening is not the same as crossing. Heaven has extended the invitation, yet it is you who must step through. You can stand at the threshold, observing the signs, admiring the wonder, and still remain where you are. Or you can move forward in faith, surrendering what is behind and trusting that what lies ahead carries the fingerprints of God. The eclipse opened the way, but your obedience carries you through. Already, you may feel its pull. In your body, the signs manifest. Sudden chills, warmth, pressure in your chest or head. In your mind, thoughts flash like sparks, clarity breaking through confusion. In your spirit, the urge to pray, to worship, to weep, to sit in silence comes unexpectedly. These are not random. They are confirmations that the portal is active, that you are standing in its current. And understand this, portals do not only invite, they divide. They reveal who is awake and who is blind, who honors the sacred and who dismisses it as coincidence. This Tuesday is not neutral. It is a line drawn in time. To treat it as common is to remain outside. To honor it as holy is to cross over. The beauty of this opening is that It is not only collective, it is deeply personal. The same portal that aligns the nations is the one calling your name. The eclipse was not just a cosmic sign, it was a personal letter, written across the sky, whispering, "Step into the new. The way has been opened for you, and yet it asks something of you. Faith. Faith to move forward without seeing the full path. Faith to trust that heaven does not open doors that lead nowhere. Faith to believe that even if the step feels uncertain, the ground will rise to meet your feet. Chosen one. The eclipse has ended, but the portal remains. The air is charged, the veil thinner, the invitation undeniable. Will you stand on the edge, clinging to what is familiar, or will you step across and embrace the destiny waiting on the other side? Chosen one, when heaven shifts, the earth does not remain still. The eclipse marked the portal, but the day after reveals the evidence. Already, the first signs of change are here. They may not roar like thunder. They may not be visible to everyone, but to those who are awake, they are undeniable. Some of the earliest signs are written in the body. For many, fatigue has grown heavier, as if the weight of the unseen is pressing on the flesh. Others feel sudden bursts of vitality, as though they are carrying fire in their veins. There are chills, warmth, tension in the chest or head, restless sleep, or dreams so vivid they leave an imprint on waking hours. These are not random physical quirks. They are signals. Your body is adjusting to the new current that has already entered the atmosphere. The mind, too, begins to reveal the shift. Thoughts that once spun endlessly are breaking apart. Ideas come suddenly, sparks of clarity lighting up problems that once felt impossible. Memories resurface, not to haunt, but to reveal meaning you had overlooked. Even silence feels different, less like absence, more like presence. The mind is being recalibrated, aligning itself with the rhythm of the new cycle. In the heart, change is unmistakable. There is a strange restlessness, a quiet awareness that life is no longer what it was. Some feel tears rising without cause, while others sense an unfamiliar peace settling deep within. These emotions are not instability, they are confirmation. They are the spirit whispering, the time has shifted. You are standing in something new, dreams become louder. The night is no longer empty sleep, but a canvas for messages. Symbols appear, old faces return, strange places become recurring. Each carries a code, a whisper of what is unfolding. Do not dismiss them. In dreams, the divine bypasses the noise of logic to write directly on your soul. And in this season, your dreams are proof that the eclipse was not just spectacle. It was the unlocking of a story. The environment itself seems to testify. Words from strangers cut deeper, as if placed in their mouths for you. Songs, phrases, and repeating numbers follow you insistently. The light feels sharper, the silence heavier, the wind charged. These are not coincidences. They are heaven's fingerprints on creation, leaving reminders in the fabric of the ordinary. And yet, not all signs feel gentle. Some changes come as disruption. Relationships that once felt stable suddenly tremble. Things you once tolerated now become unbearable. Secrets come to light. Paths that seemed certain begin to close. This too is a sign. For when heaven begins to move, it removes what cannot enter the new. What feels like loss is preparation. What feels like breaking is clearing space for building. The danger lies in dismissal. Many ask for signs, but when they arrive in the form of discomfort, fatigue, tears, or coincidences, they call them chance. They silence the very language of heaven. Do not fall into that trap. The chosen cannot afford to call holy things common. Every detail matters. Every stirring is sacred. Chosen one, the first signs of change are already around you. In your body, your mind, your heart, your dreams, your relationships, your environment. They are not waiting for tomorrow. They have begun today. The eclipse was the trumpet, but the signs are the proof that the announcement was real. So I ask you, will you ignore the whispers because they are not yet thunder? Or will you recognize the subtle confirmations as the first fruits of the promise? Chosen one, when heaven speaks, it is not just the world around you that responds. It is you. The eclipse was not only a cosmic sign in the skies, it was an activation inside of you. And now, as the new cycle begins, your entire being is entering transition. Body, mind, and spirit are being recalibrated to align with what has already been released. The body feels it first. Some wake up with heavy limbs, as though carrying invisible weight. Others feel bursts of energy, restlessness, or an electricity moving through their skin. Strange chills, waves of warmth, pressure in the chest, ringing in the ears, all of it testifies, something holy has touched me. These sensations are not accidents. Your body is a temple, and when divine energy fills it, the temple reacts. The flesh trembles, not in weakness, but in recognition of glory. Sleep has shifted for many. Some fall into deep rest, waking as if they had traveled beyond themselves. Others toss through nights of vivid dreams, their bodies sweating, hearts racing. Even exhaustion is not emptiness, it is adjustment. Like clay expanding in fire, your body is being prepared to sustain what has been poured into your spirit. The mind, too, is not spared. Cycles of confusion, doubts that circled endlessly, and thoughts that drained strength are beginning to unravel. It may feel disorienting at first, old ways of thinking breaking apart, beliefs you clung to being challenged. Yet clarity is arriving, sometimes in sudden flashes, sometimes in quiet moments of stillness. New ideas, new revelations, fresh solutions will come, seemingly out of nowhere. Your mind is being renewed because the old patterns cannot survive in this new season. And yes, resistance rises here as well. You may notice intrusive doubts, fears louder than usual, or anxiety pressing harder. This is because the mind often clings to what it knows. But do not be deceived. The resistance is proof that the transformation is working. The noise is the old system crumbling under the pressure of heaven's clarity. In the heart, emotions are shifting. Many chosen have already felt tears flowing without clear reason. Some have been swept into joy, so pure it feels like a child's laughter. Others sit in silence, overwhelmed by peace they cannot explain. And still others feel old grief resurfacing, wounds they thought forgotten rising to the surface. This is not regression, it is release. The divine presence is cleaning what the soul has carried too long. Tears are cleansing, anger rising is being burned out, sorrow remembered is being healed. The spirit, above all, is awakening. You may feel weight in the air, as if the room itself thickens when you pray. You may feel fire stirring in your chest, or the urge to fall silent and listen, sensing someone is near. Some will receive dreams that carry prophetic codes, others visions, others simply the overwhelming awareness, I am not alone. The Spirit knows when heaven has drawn close, and now it is undeniable. This transition is not the same for everyone. For some, it comes as a gentle stream, steady and subtle. For others, it arrives as a flood, sweeping away everything at once. Do not compare your journey with another's. The measure of intensity does not determine the measure of holiness. Whether quiet or fierce, the change is real. And remember, this is not a one-day event. The eclipse was the spark, the portal, the opening. But the process unfolds in time. Just as a seed sprouts before it bears fruit, the work begun in you now will continue in the days and months ahead. Today, you sense the shift. Tomorrow, you will see the evidence. Chosen one, do not resist this transition. Do not silence the trembling in your body, the stirring in your mind, the tears in your heart, or the fire in your spirit. They are all languages of heaven. They are signs that you are crossing into alignment with the new. So I ask you, will you fight to cling to what was, or will you surrender fully to the transition, allowing body, mind, and spirit to be reshaped for the cycle that has already begun? Chosen one, the night of the eclipse was not the end of a sign. It was the beginning of fulfillment. For years, promises have hovered like distant stars, spoken over your life, whispered in prayer, written in tears. Many times, you questioned if they were still alive or if they had faded into silence. But this is the moment heaven has marked, the time of the promise activated. Think of a seed buried in the ground. For seasons it lies unseen, hidden in darkness, appearing lifeless. Yet all the while it is waiting for the right conditions. Rain must fall, sun must shine, and the soil must shift. The eclipse was the rain. September 9th is the light. And now, what was dormant begins to break through the surface. The promise was never dead. It was waiting for this very moment. Already, small sprouts are visible. Opportunities that seemed locked for years begin to stir. Conversations take place that you did not initiate. Old visions return with fresh fire. Dreams that once felt naive suddenly carry weight again. Do not dismiss these as coincidences. They are the first fruits. They are proof that what God planted in you long ago has entered its season of activation. But here lies the challenge. Activation is not completion. The seed-breaking soil is not the harvest, but it is the undeniable sign that the harvest is real. Too many chosen ones become discouraged because they expect the promise to arrive fully formed overnight. Heaven does not work this way. Fulfillment comes in layers, in phases, in steps. And this is the first, the assurance that the process has begun and nothing can reverse it. The time of the promise activated also means acceleration. What once moved slowly will suddenly move quickly. Years of silence may be overturned in moments of clarity. Where doors remained locked, keys will appear. Where connections seemed impossible, introductions will happen. The divine timeline has shifted, and you are stepping into momentum. Yet do not be surprised if resistance rises alongside it. The enemy always seeks to challenge what heaven has activated. Doubts may grow louder. Old insecurities may resurface. Situations may appear to contradict what was spoken. This is not failure. it is confirmation. Opposition proves that the promise is alive. If there was nothing to fight, there would be nothing to fear. The battle itself is a sign that the new has been released. Chosen one, this season also requires responsibility. Activation is an invitation to partner with heaven. The promise is stirring, but you must water it with faith. Speak life over it. Guard it from voices of doubt. Align your choices with what has been released. A door may open, but you must step through. A word may be confirmed, but you must act on it. Activation is partnership. Heaven provides the spark, but you must carry the flame. And here is the beauty. The promise activated in you is not only for you. It will ripple outward, touching those around you, shifting your family, your relationships, even your environment. Heaven never ignites a promise without weaving it into the greater story. Your breakthrough is not isolated. It is a thread in a much larger design. So let your heart rise with expectation. The days of wondering if you heard wrong are over. The nights of questioning if you were forgotten are finished. September 9th is the marker. The eclipse was the trumpet. This Tuesday is the dawn. And I ask you, will you walk as though you are still waiting, or will you step into today as one whose promise has already been activated? How to align with the new cycle. Chosen one, when heaven shifts, recognition is not enough. Alignment is required. The eclipse has opened the way. The promise has been activated, but whether you walk in fullness depends on how you posture yourself. Many see signs, yet remain unchanged. Many hear whispers, yet fail to respond. To align with the new cycle is to position your entire being, heart, mind, body, and spirit, to move in rhythm with what heaven has released. The heart must come first. You cannot carry bitterness, resentment, or fear into this cycle. They are weights that cannot pass through the threshold. Forgiveness is not optional. It is essential. Release what you have been clutching tightly. Let go of disappointments that once defined you. Surrender the fear that whispered you were not ready. A heart freed of burdens becomes fertile ground for the seeds of the new. The mind, too, requires renewal. Old thought patterns will sabotage fresh revelation. The cycle you are entering cannot be sustained with beliefs formed in seasons of lack. Replace doubt with declaration. Where you once thought, I cannot, affirm I can, because he strengthens me. Where you whispered, I am unworthy, confess, I am chosen. The mind is not a passive observer. It is an engine that either resists or receives. Renew it daily, and you will see alignment grow to stronger. The body, fragile yet sacred, plays its part. Care for it. Rest when you are called to rest. Fast if you are led to fast. Nourish it, for it is the vessel through which divine presence moves. Many ignore the body, but it often carries the first signs of energy. Fatigue, chills, warmth, restlessness, all are proof that the temple is adjusting. Do not dismiss it. Honor the vessel. When the body is aligned, perception sharpens and strength sustains. Your daily rhythm must shift as well. The old cycle's habits cannot sustain the weight of this new one. If you neglected prayer before, now is the time to return. If silence felt uncomfortable, now it must become your refuge. Keep a record of dreams, impressions, synchronicities. Do not call them random. They are messages, threads of heaven woven into your days. To align is not only to honor extraordinary moments, but to treat the ordinary as sacred. Relationships must also be reevaluated. Not everyone can journey forward with you. Some connections belong to the past season and will only hinder your steps. This is not cruelty. It is clarity. Alignment means surrounding yourself with those who fuel your fire, not those who drain it. The new cycle will bring new alliances, divinely orchestrated connections that will propel you forward. Honor them. Guard them. They are part of the unfolding promise. Even your environment matters. Spaces carry atmospheres, and atmospheres shape sensitivity. Align your environment by creating spaces that reflect expectation. A room cleared of clutter. A corner for prayer. Soft music, light, or even silence that invites presence. You cannot control everything around you, but you can choose where to dwell. And where you dwell, your awareness sharpens. But above all, alignment is not about perfection. It is about surrender. Heaven does not demand flawless performance. It asks for willingness. To align is to wake each day and say, I yield. I am ready. Lead me into what you have prepared. That posture opens more doors than effort ever could. Chosen one, do not let the new cycle pass you by while you cling to the old. The shift has already begun. Alignment is your way of saying yes. It is your act of partnership with heaven. So I ask you, will you drag yesterday's patterns into today's promise? Or will you step lightly, freely, surrendered, aligning with the rhythm of the new? Chosen one, we have reached the final word of this message, but the story itself is still unfolding. The eclipse has passed. The sky has returned to its familiar light, yet your life will never return to what it was before. The blood moon was not an ending. It was a beginning. And now, even as you listen to these words, the changes are already happening. This is not theory, not imagination. The shift is tangible. Perhaps you sense it in your body, the strange fatigue, the unexpected energy, the chills that come without reason. Perhaps you feel it in your mind, clarity breaking through confusion, ideas sparking in ways they never did before. Perhaps you notice it in your spirit, the sudden urge to pray, the tears you cannot explain, the weight of presence filling the quiet of your room. These are not accidents. They are evidence, proof that what was written in the heavens is now taking root in you. Look closely and you will see it even in the ordinary. Conversations that carry hidden answers, encounters that feel too precise to be random, numbers, symbols, dreams that insist on returning. The world itself is echoing what your spirit already knows. The cycle has turned, the waiting is over, the fulfillment has begun. And yet, do not expect the changes to arrive all at once. Seeds do not become fruit overnight. The promise unfolds in stages, like dawn breaking slowly across the horizon. But just because you cannot see the full light does not mean the sun has not risen. Even now, the warmth is touching your skin. The sky is shifting color. The day is already here. Some of these changes will be gentle. Old burdens quietly falling away. Unexpected peace settling deep in your soul. Joy surfacing in moments that once felt empty. Others will be more disruptive. Relationships shaking, doors closing, truths surfacing that demand response. Do not fear either form. Both the gentle and the disruptive are part of the same work, heaven, restructuring your life to match the promise that has been activated. The greatest danger now is dismissal. To call holy things coincidence, to explain away what your heart knows is real. Many will look back on this time and remember nothing more than a beautiful night sky. But as you, chosen one, are being called to remember differently, to carry the mark of this moment and let it shape how you walk into tomorrow. This day will not be remembered only for what happened in the sky. It will be remembered for what happened in you. The blood moon was the trumpet, the portal was the opening, but this very moment is the transformation. The eclipse did not leave you the same. It shifted your atmosphere, rewrote your patterns, and set your spirit ablaze with confirmation. You were never forgotten. You were always chosen. And now, your story moves forward. So carry this with you. The changes are not coming someday. They are happening now. With every breath, every thought, every prayer, heaven is weaving its work deeper into your being. And in the days to come, when you face storms or silence again, you will have this anchor. I was marked during the eclipse. I saw the signs. I felt the shift. The changes already began, and nothing can stop what God has set in motion. Chosen one, this is your testimony. You will never be the same. The eclipse has passed, but the new reality is here. The changes are not waiting for you in the future. They are alive in you today,